Wish I could be doing Facebook at the same time, but we have all these weird technicalities, whatever, going on. I messaged Stream Labs, and I got an automated response saying they'll get back to me. Good luck. All right. Let me see. We're live. You guys see me? Make sure you actually can see me clearly. Okay, there we go. Mm-hmm. Wow. I was forced to watch 2 ads. Okay, good. Just want to make sure I could see. Okay, perfect. So let's check out this Madeline Soto, the Florida girl that was found deceased, was missing. We've watched multiple interviews with mom and boyfriend and, well, I think one. I'm almost conflating them with the other story. Sebastian, I'd like to cover again tomorrow. And my audio settings aren't fixed for this new mic on this profile, so I'll have to adjust and copy later. But let's check it out.
Breaking in the death of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. Why prosecutors are now calling for an investigation into this local sheriff, and how the story Madeline's mother provided law enforcement doesn't line up with what investigators know. We spoke one-on-one with Jennifer Soto last Tuesday. Good afternoon. I'm Darlene Jones.
And I'm Greg Wormuth. At that point, her daughter Madeline had been missing for 1 day. She told us that Stephen Stearns, her boyfriend and now the prime suspect in Madeline's death, had taken the teenager to school. She said the last conversation she had with the 13-year-old was the night before. But this report we got a hold of today shows she told deputies she saw her daughter the morning of her disappearance. Channel 9 investigative reporter Shannon Butler is.
And this is exactly what I've been waiting for. Exactly what I've been waiting for. If you guys remember me talking about this shit, and we were listening to the interviews, I was saying the mom story doesn't add up, but also what I was saying is like, I wish she would say if she saw her daughter that morning or not, because then we know it's BS, according to the timeline that police gave, seeing this guy take the body out of there.
Has been digging into the details of this case. She joins us live in studio. And Shannon, that's not the only thing you noticed in this new report.
Greg, no one has been charged in Madeline Soto's death, but we do know.
And that's odd too. A couple of people mentioned that no murder charges yet. I guess they're waiting. Maybe they have enough to keep him locked up, so they're taking their time to get the appropriate evidence.
Investigators are looking into who knew what and when, and some of that means looking at those initial interviews of the couple and the ones later on. Sources tell me the statements about the timeline are not consistent. Jennifer Soto told us last week that the last conversation she had with her daughter was about her 13th birthday party the night before Maddie disappeared.
I told her good night and yeah, that was it.
But according to documents, Sunday night was not the last time Soto saw Maddie. New documents show that Maddie's mom told deputies on February 26th that she saw her daughter getting dressed for school.
Wow.
At 8 o'clock that morning, and that her boyfriend then took the teen to school. But since that initial report was taken, we learned from the Orange County Sheriff that Maddie was likely dead earlier than that.
Yep.
Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time, and that Stephen Stearns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day.
Channel 9 has been going through statements from Stephen Stearns and Soto trying to piece together what happened in the last few hours of the little girl's life, starting with our interview of the couple. Her mom told us last week.
We dropped her off at school, close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way.
But in that same interview, then said,
I wasn't the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner.
Yes! I'm so glad they did this shit. So glad.
But yeah.
Detectives believe Maddie was likely dead early Monday morning because a video timeline shows Maddie's belongings being dumped in a dumpster at 7:35 by Stearns. At 8:19, Sheriff Mina said video shows Maddie in Stern's vehicle believed to be deceased. Since then, the case has moved to Kissimmee Police, and sources tell us that Soto has been interviewed multiple times by detectives at 2 agencies, and that they are looking closely at all the statements she's made. But officially, Kissimmee Police won't comment. So this initial report also shows that Stearns told investigators that after Maddie got out of his car, she stopped to look in that book bag before he drove away. That same book bag was found actually in the dumpster. After her death, he then said he went home for about an hour after going to the vape store and running errands. He was home that day until 2:30. Detectives say a tip showed him changing a flat tire not far from where the little girl's body was found that afternoon.
All right, Shannon, it is starting to piece together. Thank you. We also spoke to suspect Stephen Stearns before he was arrested. He also told us he dropped off Madeline for school the morning of her disappearance.
She was asleep for most of the way. Told her have a good day at school when she got out. I love her. She said thanks, love you too. That was it.
Again, law enforcement believes Stearns never drove Madeline to school and that she was already dead that morning.
Greg, also breaking this afternoon, the state attorney's office says it's asking the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to investigate how and why a photo that appeared to be a body in the woods was posted to the Osceola County Sheriff's personal Instagram page.
Good. Look into them too.
The photo was posted less than 24 hours after investigators found Madeline Soto's body. Sheriff Marcos Lopez, who you see here, said he accidentally posted the image when sharing a post of himself visiting a senior citizens area. The sheriff's office has not said why the sheriff had the photo or who took it. Developments continue to come out in this tragic story in our community. For Eyewitness News at 5, we'll show you the impact Madeline's death has had on our entire.
They cut it off. I took a screenshot of the report that they obtained. I just wanted to look at it as well. All right. On February 26, 2023, at approximately 1948, Deputy Joseph responded to the Village Park Drive, Orlando, Orange County, Florida, regarding a missing juvenile. While on scene, the step-parent stated he dropped his daughter off at school and his mother went to the... Well, while on scene, the step-parent stated he dropped off his daughter at school, and when the mother went to the school, the daughter was not there. Okay, the parents searched within the neighborhood and places where the daughter may have gone. The parents could provide a location where the daughter may have been, but yielded negative results when deputies checked the area. The juvenile was entered into the FCIC, NCIC, and EMER. I don't know, resource? Okay. As missing disabled. My audio is kind of, I haven't fixed the settings on here yet. So, hold on a second. Hopefully that fixes it a little bit. When I arrived on scene, I spoke to the mother, Jennifer Soto, who gave me verbal and sworn testimony on February 26, 2023. At approximately 8 a.m., Jennifer observed missing Madeline Soto getting dressed for school. So that's bullshit. According to what police have seen on video, I guess. Stepfather Stephen Stearns took Madeline to school, dropping her off near the intersection of Town Loop Boulevard and Hunters Park Lane at approximately 8:30 a.m. Jennifer went to Hunters Creek Middle School in an attempt to pick up Madeline at approximately 4 o'clock when she discovered Madeline did not make it to school. In an effort to find Madeline, Jennifer looked through the neighborhoods near Madeline's school and went to her mother's business office located somewhere nearby. I sat with Stephen, who stated in a verbal and sworn written statement the following. At approximately 8:25 a.m. to 8:40 a.m., Stephen dropped Madeline off approximately 1 block away from her school. Stephen watched Madeline leave his vehicle and walk toward the direction of her school. So he claims he dropped her off between 8:25 and 8:40. 1 block away from the school. He watched her leave the vehicle, walk toward the direction of her school. She walked toward the direction of her school. As Stephen was driving away, he could see what appeared to be Madeline searching through her book bag. He did not think anything of it due to Madeline usually looked through her bag to find headphones so she could put them on before going to school. Stephen began heading home when he attempted to stop for vape juice at a nearby vape shop, but determined it was closed. So Stephen went home to Kissimmee. Once Stephen was home for about an hour, he went back to retrieve a vape juice and run errands. Stephen stated he'd return home and stayed home until approximately 2:30 p.m. While on scene, I had Deputy Diaz go to Las Palmas Vista, grandmother's home, due to the close proximity to both the school and the grandmother's house or business that Madeline would frequently visit. Deputy Mooney was able to establish an attempt to contact Santa Maria Drive to see if Madeline made her way to her mother's home. Both addresses yielded negative results. All right, so that was that. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. And the other thing, just unrelated, but in the new place, supposed to be having this YouTube thing is going to be in a room, because right now there's like a whole bunch of stuff going on over there. It's like distracting me. But in the new place, this is going to be just in an actual room, close the door. Right now, this is like in the living room, so that's kind of a problem. So hopefully in a month or two, probably, I think more likely 2 months. This here, we just looked at that as well. Madeline Soto Bain asked FDLE to investigate how photo of body was posted to Lopez's social media. I talked about this yesterday. I want to fix this a little bit. They posted the photo to Instagram and took it down immediately. I don't even know if the guy was really supposed to have that photo on his personal phone. And so now they're launching an investigation. And then there was some, I don't know who she was, executive, somebody at one of these police stations, where she posted a photo with the guy here, the perp, and made a caption and posted it to her personal social media. And she took it down. So that was all the mess with that. So I don't know. It's a really messy situation. I had a feeling. I've been feeling something was up with this mother. And actually, that's not the only update. Now, the other thing that came out, right? I almost should have let off the title with this. We can't forget about this new thing. The abuse stuff. So they're also saying that this was WFLA, that Madeline was abused for nearly 2 years. And I had heard that mom was dating this guy for 2 years, about 2 years. So it seemed like the entire time this guy was abusing this girl. And not just abusing, but sexually abusing. And we talked about the affidavit and what was found on there, which was the pictures and video and just really, really, really disturbing stuff. I don't know. I don't know to what level the mom knew or didn't know. Was she like protecting this guy? Did mom kind of have suspicions, but just kind of cover for the guy? The biggest red flag to me, I mean, I don't know. You're saying you saw her that morning. How would he have gotten her out of there? They believe she was already dead. I believe they believe she was dead already. I don't know. So crazy. Let me see. I'm just reading the chat. See what's going on with there. I heard, Eric, that the mom did change the profile. Yeah, I did read that. I heard that. I heard the mom did change the profile. I don't know. And the profile picture. Some people said she's just kind of gone off into, she hasn't really been talking. She just kind of disappeared now ever since this whole stuff happened. Turn of events. I got to check the Facebook groups too. I don't know, man. I just, something about mama. I don't get it. Here in the Facebook group an hour ago, it says, looks like mom's friend Jeannie went dark. There must have been a whole bunch of stuff going on. Let me take a look at the Facebook group for a little bit. The messy Facebook group. Oh, she probably shut her shit down. Some people were very adamant about the mother and like very kind of getting angry for people, calling out the inconsistencies. Very, very adamant, strong feeling about it. But listen, I understand the whole thing of like people that are just going based off of what somebody looks like. But as I said in the earlier stream, it wasn't just what she looked like to me. It was the inconsistency and the things that she was saying that's just odd. I'm not saying she killed her, right? But I'm just saying, got to be able to have those conversations too. The shit that's right in your face, we're supposed to deny it, right? Newly obtained documents show that the girl's mother told deputies February 26th that she saw her daughter getting dressed for school at 8 a.m. and then Stearns took her. Ooh, I can't wait to hear how all the mom supporters explain this shit. That motherfucker's been doing the most. I haven't seen very many. At least 5 different mother apologists have gone after me. If I keep saying it, if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I don't think she's innocent. I'm not a mom supporter. It's every parent's job to ensure their child's safety and well-being, in my opinion. That being said, a conversation could be FaceTime from work, seeing her daughter before she left. Yeah, that could be, I guess. But that still doesn't line up. She said she saw Maddie at 8 a.m. on February 26th, Monday. The very morning, Steven was driving with Maddie's body in his car. He returned back to the apartment at 8:19. No way she saw Maddie alive and getting ready for school that morning. Oof, she might have claimed that she'd be. I'm tired of I understand that this and that, but there's only so much rope you can give somebody, right? 8:30 a.m. Maddie driven to school by her mom's boyfriend. I know people are trying to get the benefit of the doubt or wait for more information, but yeah, early moving the body in the early morning hours. Lord almighty. Wait, yeah, but police have footage stepped out throwing her belongings away in the dumpster with her at 7:30. I do have to get the police timeline wrong. Yeah, I got to get the police timeline wrong because I thought the police had said in the early morning hours that he was already dumping her stuff, like this person had said here. I have the timeline. That was like the initial official timeline, but I also need the timeline of the police during that press conference where they saw Steven on video. I think Mama did work at some point at Disney. He used to work at Disney or something like that back in the day or whatever. I believe that's what people are saying. He doesn't currently work there, you know. Something's up. Something for sure up. That could be something really crazy too. This guy, if he tries to turn and blame mom, and if mom tries to turn and blame him, but he's on video though, so I mean, how much could he really say it's mom? You know, that's the thing. He's seen with the body. Hmm. So according to the police, they believe Madeline was dead before she left kissing me, and none of y'all believe the mom could have done this and called the boyfriend. I really, it's just so weird, man. I don't really know what to think of this story. I feel like there's just more. I knew more was gonna come out of this, and I feel like more will. Only a matter of time. I've honestly, you know what I said in private conversation, even today before this came out. I was talking to my girlfriend, and I told her I'm just waiting for this lady to be arrested. That's literally what I said, like off air. Oh yeah, yeah. Don't. I'm on stream. Please don't show that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, baby. It's just I don't want her showing her school stuff. Um, Jesus. That's why I need the room, though. That's why I need the you know what I'm saying? If the police report detailing the mother's statement is correct, I see red flags everywhere. The most obvious being her stating at approximately 8 a.m. Jennifer seen Madeline getting dressed for school, then Stephen dropped her off at school. However, the apartment complex video shows him tossing her book bag and laptop at the dumpster at 7:35 a.m. and her body in the car. Does not appear to be alive at 8:19 a.m. This stating that she's seen her getting dressed means she was home when whatever happened and must have known. That's what I'm doing. The mom is putting herself in a bad position with these conflicting statements, and people have been calling this shit out. And I was even kind of trying to be nice too, and kind of hold back a little bit because it's a little different because I'm like the broadcaster, so I got to be careful sometimes. What I don't want to like. But now it's like okay, you know, you know what I mean. Wow. I wish I knew where the video was. There was a link that somebody had sent me that they were talking to the police, one of the chiefs or police officers, and they had asked them about the mother saying, we. And everybody's like, why is she saying we? Why we? Why you keep saying we? And she kind of cleaned it up after saying, oh, well, it's the guy, but it was weird. I wish I knew what that clip was. Oh my God. Jennifer Coffenaffer said that she was listening to a childhood friend of Stearns who said Stearns kept the semen in a bottle and also window peeped on his friend's mom. What a sicko. This guy, complete perv, dude. Perv, man. I don't know. Bro. Let me see if I can find the chief. Oh, wait. Has anyone seen? Does that work?
Yo creo que ella no puede hacer eso. Ella es una niña
Grandmother emotionless as well.
como con muchos miedos.
She's a little girl with many. Wait, what did she say here?
Tanto
This grandma, I guess? I didn't even know grandma. She's a little girl, like, with so many fears, so much so she doesn't sleep alone, and I don't think she can leave or run away from home. I guess this is before they found her. The secretary added that they were celebrating his birthday this Sunday. Hey, is this something else? He did not notice any behavior that could indicate plans to flee. Okay. She was very happy.
muy feliz. Estuvo muy bien, la pasó feliz, tomó muchas fotos.
Let me see if I can find that police chief interview real quick. I think that'll go good with this live stream. Madeline Soto, police chief. Yeah, well, that's another thing. Yeah, that's a good thing. You guys doesn't sleep alone. Yeah. What's next? I think it's this video clip.
This is a real B&H.
Don't do that to me. Okay, right here.
Are working to piece together Madeline Soto's murder. The 13-year-old teenager was found dead in rural Osceola County on Friday. The prime suspect, Maddie's mother's boyfriend, is behind bars this morning. This investigation has been a multi-agency effort, as you know. Officers and deputies from Orange and Osceola counties worked together, hoping for a positive outcome, but prepared for the worst. Maddie's case ultimately ending in tragedy. Joining me in studio now to discuss the death investigation is former Orlando Police Chief Orlando Rolone. Chief, thank you so much for being here. It is always good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
This was just such a massive search effort. And for those of us in the media who do these kinds of stories all the time, and for you as former police chief, walk me through kind of the stages and when we all kind of knew that this was not going to end the way that we had hoped it would.
So when the first officer arrives through the process until the investigators come on the scene, there's a lot of information that's being collected. And based on that initial information, that sets the stage for the things to come. In this particular situation, it was clear that something was not right. And through the process of collecting evidence, to include video evidence and what have you, that also created more of an urgency, or actually set the stage for what was then said, that the outcome of this investigation was not going to be a good one.
One of the things we noticed is that the morning that the announcement was made that Madeline's body had been found, the family had stopped talking. Does that indicate that perhaps the night before they were told, which we now know, that this was not going to end the way that we, of course, wanted it to end? And with the family not speaking out at all, and then this discovery being made, it kind of was strategic, I think, on the part of the police to say, listen, we're going to keep you quiet, but then we're going to make this announcement. And that's typically how it works when you know that this is going to be the end result.
Yes, you have to take into consideration how any messaging will affect the family, the survivors. And in this particular case, I think it was the right move, to inform them of what was going to happen, and of course, the outcome that was announced.
The thing I think is so sad is that we're all human beings. I say this all the time as a journalist. There are some stories that even though, we obviously have to be objective, we are human beings and they still affect us. Talk about the mental toll that something like this takes on the officers who are probably parents themselves, and how this can affect them.
Like you said, we're all humans, and officers are human beings that have families and can relate to what the agony that someone is experiencing when they lose someone. So it's tough, but also think about this. They're also trained to deal with these situations. In other words, they're exposed to a lot.
Right.
Everyone has a limit, but they're exposed to a lot, and therefore that is why they're most prepared to handle these type of cases. But everyone must keep themselves in check to ensure that it doesn't affect them to the point where later on it could be detrimental for their career.
I want to talk a little bit about the mom Zoom interview. Two things stood out to me with that. The first one was that she said we dropped her off, we, and then she kind of switched to I. And then he was in the background of that interview kind of cracking his knuckles and looking fairly nervous and that kind of thing. And I think, everybody's kind of antennas were raised during that interview. Do you think that police looked at that as well and kind of said, okay, something kind of is not right here?
I can assure you that the law enforcement agencies that are involved are looking at everything, and nothing has been discounted at this point, and the investigation is ongoing. That's one thing that everyone must keep in mind. Everything that to the law enforcement agency, the lead agency investigating this case, may find to be suspicious or needing further clarification, that will take place.
You said the investigation is ongoing. What could that include?
So, of course, there is the evidence that is now being collected or has been collected where, unfortunately, the body was found. There is additional evidence that was collected from the scene, forensic evidence, video evidence. I mean, there's a slew of things that have to come together in order for them to formulate a conclusion or at least present what they believe is a conclusion to what led to her death. With that said, everyone involved, the family members, friends, and anyone who may have had any contact with the person responsible will be will be part of the investigation. So all of that has to be filtered through before eventually the state attorney and the prosecution sees the evidence or gets the evidence and determines what next step must be taken.
And very quickly before we go, it may be hard to determine, but generally in cases like this, what is the time frame? What is the time frame until perhaps it goes to trial?
Time is of the essence,
right.
But eventually and ultimately it'll be up to the prosecution to determine when is that best, and also for the court system, the judicial system, to determine when those things will take place.
Chief Falone, always good to talk to you. I feel like we never have enough time. Thank you so much. It's good to see you.
All right, so that's it for now. I don't know. I won't be surprised if more comes from this. Just really sick, man. Really sick. And I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I just, I don't know what else you can do for that lady. All right, so we're done for now, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Tomorrow, let's see if James Crumley has his opening statements. And I don't know what else will happen. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Opening statements and maybe who the F did I marry? It depends. I don't know. And then what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday. I think Thursday or Friday I'd like to do the not Drake. I see Drake Bell trending. Diddy lawsuit. That was gonna be a couple hours long. And if there's a chase, I will be back. For sure, I'll be back if there's a chase. If not, I'm probably going to try to get some good rest tonight. Get some early rest. All right. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe. Take care. Peace. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop.